everyone, welcome back to Alleyways, or if it's your first time here, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Today, we are doing a quick and easy Disney-themed Halloween craft. So I'm gonna show you all how to make this adorable mini wreath that you can hang on your door or somewhere inside this fall. I had so much fun making this. I can't sew, so please just keep in mind this is just a super easy, unprofessional tutorial with affordable products that I found, and I hope you and your family will enjoy making it this fall. Let's get started. Okay, so here's everything that I have so far that you need to use to make this wreath. At this point, I've not decided what I'm going to use to make my mini ears out of, so we'll leave that till later on to decide. But I ordered this batting off of Amazon. I'll have a link below. I got this witch's hat wreath form, here's the tag, from Dollar Tree. And then this little roll of felt also from Dollar Tree. And if they would have had black, I would have gotten it as well. But I just had this like oversized black t-shirt that I cut the bottom off of. So I'm gonna use this scrap fabric for our black. So these are all the materials. Let's go ahead and start and we'll just see how this goes. So in the top of the batting bag, there's this kind of weird, long, narrow piece. Yours might not come with this, but what I'm going to do is just take this and wrap it around the bottom of the witch's hat. If yours does not come with this weird piece, what I would do is cut a piece similar to this to use, or just roll out the entire roll of batting and cut it to the shape of the witch's hat. But let's start by just using what we've got, making the most of our scraps and wrapping this. Okay, so now we have the bottom all nicely wrapped and just doubled back. On the back you can see, and just folded what was left over back. And now what I'm going to do is get the rest of the roll and roll it out over the rest of the form. Okay, so now I've just roughly cut the top part of the batting and the bottom. Like I said in my intro, this is super messy. It's not precise. I'm not a pro. So now what I'm going to do is just go and kind of tuck everything in and make the shape a little bit more precise by tucking in where I can, cutting the bits that are kind of like the excess, and then just tucking everything into the frame. On the top here, you can see I cut off 2 of the little bits, and I'm just like kind of pinching this together, and then what we're gonna do is tuck it underneath and kind of gather it. But this does not have to be precise. It's a witch's hat, so it can be a little spooky and ragged, and we can kind of perfect it more later with the fabric and some hot glue. But for now, just kind of feel where the frame is and just roll it under, and we'll make it pointier later. All right, so I'm gonna go steam my t-shirt really quickly because you can see it has a couple wrinkles in it from being folded in our little scrap bin. Then what I'm going to do is cut here and here to turn this loop that was the bottom of the t-shirt into 2 pieces. And then once that's in 2 separate pieces, look, it's going to fit over the top of our hat perfectly. Once we have those pieces, then we're gonna start hot gluing and pinning the back to bring that shape back in. So let's go do that now. So now what I've done, I cut the 2 pieces and just laid my frame with the batting over one of the pieces, and I'm going to start just tucking this over, and I'm gonna make it really nice and tight so the front looks full and plush, and just hot glue it down. And anywhere that needs a little bit more anchoring or a little more structure, I'm just gonna do a quick little stitch in. So like up at the top, I'm gonna just kind of stitch shut, but you can also just hot glue that if you want. So let's go do that now. So up here at the top, where we want our hat to be just a little bit pointier, and we have talked about adding more structure, I'm just gonna do a little dot of hot glue here, and then fold the batting onto itself. Just gonna fold the batting onto itself, onto the hot glue, to start kind of making that shape. And I'll hold it, let it dry. Just kind of like that. You can see it's starting to be a little bit more tidy. So now our batting is much more, you know, structured at the top. What I'm going to do to help is just fold it like so, and then I'm not a seamstress. I'm just going to, so please don't come for me in the comments. I'm just going to stitch this really loosely and kind of sloppy like shut on the top. Sorry, it's kind of hard because I'm trying to film and sew at the same time. So I'm trying to like hold my camera with my leg and sew this shut, so just forgive me. But yeah, I'm just going to do that to create a nice point at the top. So you can see, I'll just continue that on. Okay, I've just roughly been basting this, very roughly as you can see. And what I'm doing is just flipping it over periodically to see what it's looking like on the front. So you can see it's starting to take shape, but I'm going to just keep basting the back. And if you guys have like gone and bought fabric, this is gonna be a lot easier for you since you're not using a scrap. But I'm gonna just keep doing that so it has a nice shape. And it feels secure, because I think the hot glue is just going to be a little too loose. If you want to hot glue because you have the right amount of fabric, go for it. But what I'm going to do is just keep basting it. Then we're going to cut a piece here and baste it around the back. And then we'll move on to our next step. So as you can see, we've gotten the back kind of sealed up, and on the front, it looks very nice. And something I noticed about crafts, the most you see the imperfections is on the day that you make them. So all the little bumps we can kind of just smush out, and you know, we won't notice the little things we're looking at now and trying to perfect much beyond today. I also think this is kind of like an Instagram metaphor, you know? Let your hat be an Instagram metaphor. Perfect from the front, but imperfect from the back, behind the scenes. So I'm not gonna worry about going much further than this, because what I'm gonna do now is cover the bottom and then anchor the bottom here, the bottom of the top part of the hat, to the fabric that we cover the brim with. So let's go do that now. Don't worry too much about what this looks like. I just lay this out, you know, I'm tucking and then I'm gonna pin it to sew it. And don't worry about what this looks like meeting here, because our felt is going to cover that. So we're gonna make that look nice and pretty in post-production, so to speak. Okay, so we just really roughly basted the back. And now just to make it nice on the front, you don't have to worry about this, but I am going to baste this together so you can see where the stuffing's coming through, just to clean it up. But I love how it's looking so witchy. Okay, I have crudely basted this. Like I said, don't worry. Number one, witchy hats are kind of creepy and imperfect. And number two, we're gonna cover this up. And at this point, this is where you can get creative. Let's talk about a couple ideas for ways you can decorate this. Okay, so obviously we have a lot of Disney fans. So today we're gonna be making a Minnie Mouse wreath by using this felt and these paper plates. And we're just gonna see what happens. We're gonna make a mini bow in the middle. But say you just wanted to leave it plain and tie a ribbon, that could be cute. You could thrift a tie and wrap it around just like that. That could be cute. You can make it kind of like a Hogwarts theme. I tried to grab one of my dad's ties that looked kind of like Slytherin-ish, and I think that looks really nice, and just hot glue it on. But what I'm going to do now, you can see this felt is actually about the right length for me just to cut. I'm just gonna cut a little piece like this and then hot glue it down to form kind of a ribbon that'll look like this at the base of the hat. So let's go do that now. So you can see I just cut our hat band. Now we're just gonna glue it down on either side. So now we have our hat band down, and I personally think this looks adorable, and you could stop there. I'm a fan of just this look. What I'm going to do now, however, since we are a Disney channel, is take these plates and cover them in felt and just glue them, cut and glue, and then glue the felt covered plates here and here and see how that looks. All right, fam, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our glue gun and just glue onto the back side of the plate. So do one half. You gotta move quick with hot glue and just tuck this in here and then fold and tuck so it's nice and tight, unlike me. And do the same over here, kind of like that. And then this is what it'll look like on the front, nice and neat. Then we'll cut away all the excess once the glue is dry. So I'm gonna just continue this process all the way around. And I put the plate face down. And just keep folding, getting this nice and tight. It's looking good. With our little paper dessert plates and hot glue, we have our ear. And I'm just gonna figure out, I'm gonna go do the other one, and then we're gonna figure out how to place these to make them look most Minnie-ish. Okay. So we covered both of our plates and we made a little mini bow. You can make yours bigger. I do have a tutorial for how to make a mini bow on my channel. I'll put a card in here. And we just kind of placed it according to what we thought looked nice, but you're free to do it however you would like. I'm gonna go hot glue all this down and then we'll go sign off. Okay, we have everything hot glued down. I think it looks so cute. All right, let's go sign off. All right, so to hang our wreath, I just poked a hole in the batting down to the wire frame, as you can see. Poked a paper clip on it, and then I'll just hang this on a nail on the door. Okay fam, that is it. I hope you enjoyed making this mini wreath with me. If you make one, make sure to tag me so I can see how yours came out. I love you all so much and I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. As always, a special thank you to my live chat crew who is here with me now. If you are looking for kindness, community, and friendship, please join us. I bring videos every Wednesday and Sunday at 8 p.m. Central, and we would love to have you. Happy Halloween, everybody. Bye.